Alright, one of the issues with not having an ND filter, you gotta film in the shade. Because if you don't film in the shade, you're going to get this washed out. Hey, this is Johnathan Her for Just My Tech, and today I'm actually reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. Now, here's a funny thing. What if I told you you could buy the Samsung Galaxy Watch with a smaller battery and miss its key feature of the rotating bezel? You'd probably think, okay, I think this channel has finally gone downhill and Jonathan's finally lost it. But one key feature is that this is actually a very solid watch. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Johnathan Her for Just My Tech, and in today's video we're going to go over what may be one of my favorite products of the year in the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. And I'm going to bring up two key flaws in the product and still tell you that maybe I like this more than the Galaxy Watch 46mm. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Johnathan Her for Just My Tech, and in today's video, like I said, I'm going over the Galaxy Watch Active. Now, I'm just gonna cut straight to it. I didn't think I was gonna like this watch. Quite honestly, it had two glaring issues with it, but I went into it thinking, well, I want a fit tracker, but I didn't want to go with a Fitbit. I really didn't want to spend more money and get the Galaxy Watch 46mm, nor did I want to just get a simple fitness tracker. So I decided, well, I'm in the Galaxy ecosystem, so why not go with the Galaxy Watch Active? I slowly started to see I wanted a little bit more, but it had everything, so I'll explain. So for Father's Day, I got the Galaxy Watch Active. Now, the Galaxy Watch Active actually has a battery life of, I believe it was 230 milliamps. Let's go into it. So yeah, so you're looking at, 230 milliamps. Now, the Galaxy Watch 46 or 42mm has 270, and the bigger brother, Galaxy Watch Active or Watch 46mm, has a 472 milliamp battery. Now you look at that and you're thinking, okay, the number one flaw with smartwatches in general is battery life. It's the reason why I reviewed the Galaxy Gear S2 and the S3 Frontier, and the glaring issue with it was battery life. So you would think, first and foremost, battery life is key, and you much rather get 46mm versus the Active. But I kind of found it wasn't really worth it. So if you're looking at starting price, you're looking at the Galaxy Watch Active. Currently, when I purchased it, was going for $200 versus when it was introduced, I believe it was $250. If you went for the Galaxy Watch 46mm, or we'll start the 42mm, which gets you 40 extra milliamp battery, it actually goes for $250, and then you step up to the 46, which gives you 472 milliamps of battery and goes all the way up to $300. So you're playing with $50 to get 40 milliamps, or to go ahead and pay an extra $100 to get 240 milliamps. So here's the thing. I really got kind of caught in a conundrum. You want all the features of the Galaxy Watch, but you want good battery life. But at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, I got this for a fitness tracker. And I have to say, I've actually been pleasantly surprised with the Galaxy Watch Active. I did go back and forth, and I did go back to Best Buy. Don't tell my wife. But here the thing is that I actually went back to Best Buy and was considering getting the 46 milliamp. But it's a bigger watch in general, i.e. the battery and the design. Because unlike the Watch Active or the Watch Proper, the Active doesn't have the rotating bezel. It has a stationary, very subtle watch face or watch fascia that's very much reminiscent of the Moto 360, one of the first smartwatches out there. And it's got a nice sleek body. Comes with, you know, your standard watch wristbands, and you can change them out. But that's pretty much it. It's nice, sleek, subtle, but battery life was a key thing why I left a lot of other smartwatches. But I did find, I went to Best Buy and I talked to an individual and she talked me into it. And she brought up this, you're really gonna pay $100 extra to get better battery life? How often are you actually going to keep this watch on your wrist? And I did, after some troubleshooting, I realized I can actually crank out 2 days of general usage, not overusing the watch, but using it as a fitness tracker like what I wanted, and using it as a watch. A smartwatch to a degree, but for the most part use it just like a watch and a fitness tracker. So she talked me into it, and quite honestly, I always charge the watch every day, so it worked out. So here's the main thing that you're gonna get. With the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active, you're gonna get an IP68 water resistant coating. So you can literally take a shower with this, but it depends on the watch bands that you have. I wouldn't recommend it if, say, you got the stainless steel and it's not weather tested, but if you were using the standard watch bands, I would be fine with that. And the beauty of this watch actually is its simplicity. For the fact that I have smaller wrists, so if I was going to go for the Proper, I would have gone for the 42. It wouldn't have given me much of an upgrade on battery life. And the 46 was a little bit bigger and just wasn't my cup of tea. But the beauty of the Active is that it's nice, it's sleek, and I did find that it fits me. It's really simple. It's like having a fitness tracker, but with more functionality. Of course, yes, I do lose a little battery life, and I'll get into what can help you to avoid that. But if you use general usage, there's ways to actually kick out at least 2 days of battery life on this watch alone. Now, I do like the fact that I can swap out the watch bands for standard watch bands. And you can get a lot of different accessorized watch bands on Amazon for $20 or less, and they're fairly good as far as quality wise. Now the next thing I will mention is that there's a lot of apps. It's surprisingly a fair amount of apps out there, and there's useful apps. When I first got the Gear S2, it was decent. Gear S3, it wasn't much of an upgrade, but I can say confidently with the Galaxy Watch and Watch Active, they really stepped up their game and the apps actually work. There's a lot of simple apps, but I didn't really get too much into it, but I do love the watch faces. There's a lot of options for watch faces, and I'll kind of get into that in a bit. So aside from all of the normal features, this watch has all the features that the Galaxy Watch Active or Proper, the Galaxy Watch Proper has, but the Active just has a slimmer, smaller, polished body. So getting into all of the positives and the standard functions, there are some downfalls to it. Of course, the most glaring one is battery life. You do have to kind of work around things to get the battery life to work well. but it's possible. Aside from the fact that there's no rotating bezel, which is kinda, the UI is good. It's using the new Samsung, it's still using Tizen, but it's got a one UI skin over it, so it simplifies things, it makes things go smoother, and also things kind of flow. So I'm okay with that, but the rotating bezel did make things easier when I had it on the Frontier. That is kind of a knock against it. Another thing is that this guy can get scratched up pretty good. I'm not a typical watch wearer, and I just kind of bang my wrist all over the place because I'm not used to wearing a watch, and I actually had to get a silicone case for my watch face. And that was kind of weird, but I started noticing I had like little dings here and there, and I'm a little OCD, so it started to bother me. So I got a little case from Spigen, which is really nice. It gives it a more rugged feel to it, but it keeps the body, well, it's already got dings, but it does make it feel like it's somewhat brand new. Aside from that, the watch itself doesn't have a lot of issues outside of the battery life. There are ways to kind of work around battery life. The key thing that I've noticed is that the always on display does tend to drain. It's not the same as when you're using it on your phone, on a Galaxy phone. Always on display doesn't really kill battery. On the watch, it does. And it really depends on the type of display or watch face in this case that you're using. I did find, and I'm sorry, Facer, but Facer killed this watch. It drained this watch of life. And it's not a knock against them, but I don't know if it was just a combination of Facer and the watch face that I use, but I tried to go with the simplest of faces. I even went with the Apple Watch display or face, watch face, and it was really simple, but it still drained the crap out of this watch. So I couldn't use them at all. I uninstalled Facer, I uninstalled the watch faces, and I didn't deal with it. The main thing I've been dealing with is actually using a lot of the standard watch faces that are in the Galaxy Store app. And then there's another app that I just most recently used, and it's actually producing a lot better results. I think it's Puji or Pujo. I'll have to see. It is Puji Black. So I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but it's been great. And the watch faces are customizable. It's very similar to Facer or Watch Creator. A lot of different apps on the Galaxy Store app. But the thing is that it works. It's simple, you can customize it, and what I have found is that turn always on display off. It's the best thing that you can do, and utilize simple watch faces. If they pull too much data, it can drain the watch pretty quickly. And if you're going on a trip, I'd say keep it simple. It's pretty much KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So, with that being said, aside from that, avoid doing theater mode unless you need to turn it on. And sleep mode, that's really up to you. Quite honestly, I'm charging the watch at night, and I don't really use the watch at night. I tried it out the first couple days for sleep tracking, but it's hit or miss. And I'm not really interested in calculating my sleeping patterns. So it didn't work for me. Now, as far as tracking, I have found this tracks pretty well, and it keeps motivating me every day, and it has these walk or step goals. And I like that. It kind of motivates me to get up and go, and it's a target. So it did help out with my fitness, where it's focusing me to stay driven to keep on going for right now 6,100 steps. Of course, I want to step it up, no pun intended, but it's something nice, and also gives you alerts when you're not being active. Say if you're just at work, which I am, and it sees that you're not moving, so it tells you to get up, do a spinal rotation. So it's simple stuff like that. Or when I went to Sleeping Bear Dunes and I changed it to climbing. So I was able to count how long it took me to go down and go back up, and also how many steps I took and what I burned on that. So it's been really nice in that. It's nice having the time readily available as well as the weather without really going to my phone. I can go simply to the watch. So that's been nice. also having messages quickly display on my watch has been really nice as well. So this has been kind of a quick overview. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm trying to make videos more frequently, so of course, if you guys like these videos, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really like these videos, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and show some love in the comments. If you guys want something, let me know and I'll try and add it. I do try to add content that you'll like, and I really appreciate the love that you've been giving on the Galaxy Bud video as well. So I hope we'll continue that love in this video. So as always, for Just by Tech, I'm Johnathan Her, and I'll catch you guys in the next. Peace.